You know, there's nothing like getting back to the basics, getting out in the wild and, you know, just surviving on what little you can carry in with you and do some true wild camping. That's good. So I'm heading up to Cock's Tor at the moment. Huge flock of birds going over it. I'm thinking I might do a camp up there, but I need to be near water. So there on the other side is like a little tarn, small lake, pond, whatever you want to call it. So I'll need to get to there to get some water for my food and drinks. So I'm going to drop down there, but it depends on how bad the midges are. I've got my midgie spray. I've got my head net this time. Found it. So I'm prepared, but I might head down there, get some water, and then head back up and camp up on Cock's Tor. We shall see. Right, so I may be in trouble. I don't know if you can make it out on the camera here, but basically down there should be a tarn, and I just zoomed in on my camera and it's a big bone dry patch, which means I've got no water from 600ml that's on me. So this might be an abandoned camp and going somewhere else, which is annoying. So that means I've got to try and get a signal to work out where else I can go to that's going to be able to give me some water as well. And somewhere that's not too far, because I've wasted an hour and another hour coming back from here. Right, I'll have a look over the top of this hill. Maybe that's a false tarn that's empty and there's another full one over the other side here. I'm not holding out any hopes though. Well, that was a complete waste of probably 2 hours coming here and back again. Ash from West Country Wild Camping was possibly going to come and meet me later on tonight, quite late, and I was hoping he could bring some extra water for me. I could even meet him at the car, carry it up, but he's not coming now. So I have 600ml of water to last me all night, or I find somewhere else closer to water to camp, which means I've got to go back to the car, unload, start again. Alright, so Ash has just texted me and said that there's a river just the other side of Rouge Tor. So I'm going to go up onto Rouge Tor, have a look down there, see how far it is, see whether or not I can get to that and camp down there. It's a bit of a dodgy area because one, it's right on the edge of the purple section on the map, so I've got to make sure I camp in the right place, and two, it's in the firing zone. And they're firing tomorrow. Should be fun. Alright, got a bit of a trek. So that there I believe is Rouge Tor, so I've got to go down this valley. Ooh. That there I believe is Rouge Tor, so I've got to go down this valley up to Rouge Tor, back down the other side to hopefully get some water. Well, I hadn't planned on a long hike today, especially without water. It's 28 degrees at the moment. Not the best time to be walking miles and miles across Dartmoor, but them's the breaks. I'm just coming up to this little watering hole that should be here, which has got animals all around it. There's sheep, cows, horses. Obviously as upset about it as I am. They can't get any water either. I think I might go for a little swim. What do you reckon? Dive in at the deep end. It's amazing how much this scenery can change, isn't it? We get 2 weeks of sun and we lose that, which is a pretty big watering hole, to be honest with you. It is like a small lake, very, very large pond. I'm drowning. Help me. I think I'm getting delirious. Heat, exhaustion and lack of water, dehydration. It's a lovely day. It is a beautiful day for a hike, just not planned to be as long as this one. But yeah, heading up there, that's Rouge Tour. So I'm going to follow this path-ish along here, up over the back. That's Great Mist Tour in the background there. And somewhere between those two tours, down the bottom, allegedly is a river. Let's hope it's a better river than that little lake was. Hey, was she? Weird kind of burial mound going on there. There's lots of dips here. It's quite odd. Like craters. I don't know if it's from mining or looted burial grounds. Could be either or. Another one here. Loads of them dotted about, and I've seen that before. I've been to Rouge Tour before, but just camped on the top, so didn't really explore around it. Stunning views though. You can see for absolutely miles. And it's an awesome day. So that there is Cox Tour up the top, where I've just been. And I've walked down through the valley and across here in the search of water. So today I'm doing my lightest ever loadout. I've always averaged about 10 kilos, 10 and a half, sometimes up to like 13, 14, and often wondered how on earth do you get down to sort of the 5s and 6s mark. So I set myself a task, went as minimalist as possible, but saying that, I've got a decent sized tent, I've got my table, I've got an ultralight lamp, which is not the smallest or the lightest, but I'm going to do a review on that tonight. So big power bank, which I need for filming, which obviously if I wasn't doing a video then I would need that, and that is a hefty lump. But I've got my entire weight down to just under 5.2 kilos, everything all in, so I'm well chuffed with that. I was quite surprised. My scale said 4.8 first off, and I realised one of the waist straps was hanging on a chair, so it missed a bit. Yeah, 5.185 to be exact. I'll go through my gear when I get to camp and get set up, show you what it all consists of and what the individual weights are. 2 hours later. Hooray! I found some water. Well trodden with animals, so obviously it's going to be a bit of a visiting spot during the night. Lots of flat area out there. So that there is Great Mist Tour. And I didn't realise there was this little river down here, otherwise I'd have gone up to Great Mist Tour and just walked down, which would have been a lot easier. We live and learn, don't we? Right, I want to get this bag off my back and get set up. Okay, so just go through all my ultralight kit and everything that I've got. So this is the 3F Ulkidian Pro, which is the new version. It's a frameless pack, very comfortable. I had the old version I loved it until the side strap snapped, but apparently they've resolved that issue now. The pack weighs 820 grams. My pegs, 145 grams. That's for, I've got 6 Eastern pegs, 2 small like titanium shepherd's hooks for the doors, and I've also got 3 spare ones in there that are just standard nature hike ones. My food, which I don't include in the base weight, which is noodles, 3 coffees, and a breakfast. So it's one of my usual Quaker porridge oats, and that weighs 115 grams. I have a sit mat that weighs 30 grams. My trowel, 115 grams. First aid kit, 100 grams. Got mozzie pads, they are 4 grams. Toiletries in there, 90 grams. I've got my Katadyn B-free filter with the 2 litre CNOC bag. That lot weighs 150 grams. My table with some foil to go on the tops weighs 79 grams. Cook kit, which consists of the X-Boil alcohol burner, stove, stand and wind deflector. And it's also got my Sea to Summit X mug in their bag and a 750ml titanium pot. That whole lot weighs 300 grams. I've got a mozzie spray there, 76 grams. I've also got a mozzie machine down here, which is 45 grams, which is powered by my electrics. I then have a pot of fuel, which weighs 176 grams. And inside here I have my Aegis Max tiny wind quilt, which only weighs 435 grams. I didn't bother putting it in a bag. It comes in the compression sack, but I just crammed it in. I've then got my Vango ultralight short mat. Now this mat, although it's too short for me, it's absolutely fine in the summer. It's only that I find my feet get cold in the winter, so I don't really need it. And that only weighs 295 grams. I've then got my thermals over there. I'm not going to need them tonight, but I might use it for protection against the mozzies. And top and bottom thermals weigh 360 grams. And then there's my electric bag, which everything inside there is 630 grams. Now in here I do have a large Olight, which is a lot heavier than what I would normally bring if I was going to do something ultralight. But I'm going to do a review on this tonight, so I'm going to try it out. I've tried it out at home. I then have a 20,000 milliamp hour battery charger, so this is a very large, heavy one, which if I wasn't filming, I wouldn't need it. I have 2 spare GoPro batteries and my Sunblazer head torch, 2 cables. One thing I missed out on, I literally weighed everything and I was walking out the door, was I forgot to pack my pillow. So I don't know how much that weighs. So I'll wait when I get home, put it on the screen, just here. And I'm going to do my little trick of my pillow hack, putting my down jacket, which I forgot to mention, is down the bottom there. So that's my down jacket, which is 385 grams, I think. Yes, 385 grams. So I'm going to stuff that jacket inside my pillow. I'll show you how that works if you haven't seen my my pillow hack video yet, which is a short, and it makes it extremely comfortable. I did forget, in the pocket of my bag, I've also got a smidge head net, which weighs 40 grams. So if you total that lot up, it should come to 5,180 grams, so just over or just under 5.2 kilos. I'm not doing without anything either, realistically. You know, I've got my table, I've got my down jacket. I don't really need my down jacket, and I don't really need my thermals tonight either. It is going to be hot, but I didn't want to just go total extreme and have nothing at all. So yeah, I'm not feeling like I'm going without, but I'm at an incredible weight, I think, for me. Tell me your comments below if you think you can get lower with similar sort of spec stuff. Stick a note in the comment section below. I'd like to hear it. I'm always interested to see what other people pack with their kit, and we're always trying to get lighter, aren't we? So any little bit helps. Right, I'm going to get some food on. So included in the weight on that food list out that I gave earlier on, I've got a big pot soba noodles, my favourite breakfast, some Quaker oats. I've also got 2 protein nut bars, and then there was 3 of my coffee pots. So more than enough for me to last me through the night and in the morning, and not a huge amount of weight or cost. I've retreated back into the tent. There's millions of mozzies out there, and I've got mozzie spray on, I've got a mozzie repellent up there, and I had to resort to wearing my mozzie head mesh, but obviously I can't eat while I'm wearing that, so I thought I'd come inside and enjoy my noodles. I've got the classic one this time. There's loads of it, it's like full of spring onions, really nice, they're good. Still a few mozzies managed to get inside here, well, midges. Must have been just when I was opening the door to get in, because the door's been shut the whole time. Only about 3 or 4. I think I dispatched them though, so stunning evening. Sun's just dipped down behind Rouge Tor up there now, so it's just getting a little bit darker, getting a bit of a chill, which is nice. It's just cooling down. Hopefully I'm going to have a good sleep tonight. Right, I'm actually quite glad I brought my thermals out now. It has got pretty chilly, so I'm all snug now, ready for bed. It's just gone 11 o'clock. I'm going to hit the sack, and if nothing else happens, I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Well, I may not look it, but I had a really good sleep last night. I slept really, really well. Probably the best I've done in a long time. I think my the pillow hack with the down jacket stuffed inside it worked extremely well. It was just so comfortable. If you haven't tried it, give it a go. Well, it's 5:30 now, so I'm going to get some coffee on and a bit of breakfast. So I come up with a little idea that I've pinched from Dan Durston, but basically on the X-Mid and many other tents, obviously you have this magnetic strap that holds the door back. I'm a bit of a one for getting annoyed by flappy doors, and if you've got a door that hangs down like so, flaps about in the wind, because obviously it's a long door and you've only got one strap on there. I used an old tent peg bag, cut the top off, so the actual strip that's got the hole through it, where the cord goes to tighten the bag up. And I've got 2 10mm by 1mm neodymium magnets, and I've stitched them one into each end. It's not the best job. I'm not a seamstress, but I've put them together. So I've got one magnet in there and one at the bottom, so it works exactly the same as this strip here. And that way I can just tie up the bottom bit as well, and I can leave this in my bag and use it on any tent that I've got. It is an absolutely stunning morning. Bone dry, beautiful. Bit of a breeze in the air, which is nice. Be nice for the walk back. It's going to be a bit hot and sweaty. Tent's bone dry, so there's no condensation inside. Really nice. So I think for my lightest ever loadout, at just under 5.2 kilos, I've not done without. That's with all my gear, camera equipment, everything. 5.2 kilos, I'm very happy. I'm pretty sure I can get this to sub 5 kilos. But the bag felt nothing on my back. I could hardly feel it. So I'm more than happy with that. I was expecting to be around 7 if I went as ultralight as I possibly could. So 5.2, I'm well chuffed. Okay, that is me all packed up. Knows where I was last night. As always, leave no trace. I hope you enjoyed the video. My lightest ever loadout. I'm going to head back to the car now, going a different way. So I'm going to follow the river down towards the car park at Four Winds and then walk up the road back to the car. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully only a short one. If you did, hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next one.